Yeah, yeah. This is last weekend was a blast though, man. That was a
It
good
was so
time.
much fun.
So much
Yeah,
fun.
I'm really glad we got a chance to get out and support Vic.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was fantastic.
And we got a new band out of it, Decrepit. I mean, come on.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, that's great. Everything hurts.
Oh, sorry, didn't have my mic down here.
You're just ignoring us. It's all right.
We're used to it.
As much as I can.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right,
All right.
let's get on with this.
Let's just get in
Busy
my
day.
finality swag.
Okay.
Getting it ready so we can show off.
Hi, this is Steve Grimmett from Steve Grimmett's Grim Reaper. And you're listening to heavy metal horror. See you in hell.
I am Montag, master of illusion. What goes up must come down, but not always.
This is Chop Top. Keep it heavy.
And Dreadbull.
And you are watching and listening to heavy metal.
Subdued horror.
Yeah. Yes, we are quite subdued.
Might be a little
today.
low energy today.
Yes. I've been enjoying COVID for the first time. Managed to evade it for over 3 years, and so finally we're all feeling rather decrepit today. That's the name of our band. It's like the antithesis of a boy band, the old boy band. That's what we're gonna call it. But today, kids, we're doing a live reaction to an album, Finality, that we've all gotten the copies of. Our friend Joe Katie.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, thank
Joe,
you, Joe.
you rock.
We're excited. We did a reaction to the one song. I think it was Technocracy, a while back, and they appreciated the review. We thought it was a fantastic song, so I'm eager to hear the whole album. And then so Joe sent us set us up with some CDs, and I see Dreadbull wearing one of our lovely Finality t-shirts that Joe sent us, and some cool stickers.
Yeah, Joe hooked us up, man. Look at all
Patches.
this stuff. We got
All those
keychains,
keychains, all the cool swag, man.
Yeah.
So thank you, Joe.
Blown
We're
away.
excited. We're excited to do, and we're going to have you guys on the show. Just letting you know, we're definitely going to do that. So, all right. So let me get ready to share the screen here. We're going to get going. So if we're a little off today, hey, we're all decrepit, and that's all right.
That's right.
Share sound there.
Oh, darn.
Everything's
I muted myself. I was just saying great shirts, by the way. These are really cool shirts.
Fantastic
Yes,
shirt.
and another great shirt, by the way, the lovely heavy metal horror.
Softball team.
Yes,
shirts, jerseys.
yes,
Decrepit softball.
that's right. Yeah, we're playing against a bunch of like wiffle ball kids. We might have a chance, but they can run probably faster than we can.
Oh,
I know faster than we can.
They could run faster than I can throw.
Yeah. So 5-year-olds are gonna stomp our asses. All right. So we're gonna listen our track one. This is called Academia. Finality. The album is called Technocracy. Came out 2023 this year. And here we go.
Ooh, fucking cable right off. Ooh.
Here's our blister.
quick picking right there.
Like a,
Yeah.
almost like a little melodic death metal kind of guitar lead there. You know, that kind of that melody and stuff, the quickness.
The band that does Bad Country. Sounds like that again.
That band.
Oof.
Nice
Oh,
ripper.
wow.
That was
Nice
a 3-minute ripper. Way to
Dude,
start the album. My
I
God.
always appreciate though, even though that's a ripper, they had they mix it up a little. There's just a little bit of a melodic section there to
Mhm.
give you something different. I appreciate music like that. I get a little
The time
fatigued
changes.
with, I
Yeah.
get a little fatigued with music just relentlessly. It's fine. I like it. I like some thrash, but I like a little bit of variety mixed in with it. I
Mhm.
personally,
I really like
Yeah.
the solo in there too. Very tasteful. Worked very, very melodic.
I like how he
Well-
came into that solo. Kind of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the dueling and that guitar melody, he's doing like the single note thing really
Mhm.
quick, and that reminded me of like a lot of melodic death metal does that.
And a really good tone on that solo too. His guitar.
Yes. Yes. And
Excellent.
I couldn't think of the name of the band. Oh, COVID confusion. The band has a song called Bat Country.
Avenged Sevenfold.
Yes. Some of the sequences reminded me of Avenged Sevenfold. Thank you, our resident savant. A little bit in that dual lead guitar, really complicated rhythms, and the time changes. That's one thing I like about that band. But this was had everything. I mean, the potential of like, wow, just brutally out the gate, but now you see the complexity of their music. Really, what a great way to start an album.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
we mentioned when we listened to the single he sent us, Technocracy, was like, it's gonna take a few
Mhm.
times through. You're gonna have to hear this 5 times to really get a grasp on everything that's going on.
I think so. It's going to be an album that it's going to get better the more you listen to it.
Yeah, that tends to end up being some of my favorite albums. Didn't hit me initially. It took me several listens to really grasp all what was going on and what they were trying to do, and it slowly grows on you, and eventually it clicks, and like, man, wow, this is a great album. This has that feel based on just the couple we've heard so far. Like, there is a lot going on. There's a lot of layers here, and they are busy. Some busy dudes here.
All right. Well, shall we proceed to track 2, which is called Finality? Comes in at 5 minutes and 5 seconds. Here we go. Okay. Quality of recording. That drummer is just so fast, man. like how melodic. Wow. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. That high range.
Song has like a traditional 80s metal. feel
Yeah, I
to
was
it.
going to say something like that. Yeah.
Almost a little street kind of ripping there, the main riff and stuff.
Reminds me a little of Halloween.
Yes.
In some
Oh,
ways.
that's a great
Yes.
song.
The,
Yeah.
very melodic. The melodic metal.
Singer even has this Ty Hansen kind of feel, singer for Halloween and guitar player for Halloween. That kind of a vocal range.
A little bit of iced earth in here too. Up here.
Yeah, man, this is like pretty progressive stuff.
Yes. Yeah. It's a very tight.
Yeah, very ice earth.
Man, well,
Wow.
great tune. I mean, these guys, they will not let a song get boring. That's for sure.
No.
Like they,
No.
they're
No.
going to
So many
keep it
parts.
interesting.
And
Yeah.
they're pulling from these different kind of aspects of metal that we all love. Like, you know, we all mentioned like this European like Halloween, but it's not Halloween, but it's there are elements that sound like that. And then
Yeah.
also like I said, Iced Earth with that
Oh,
real
yeah.
heavy, crunchy,
Mhm.
fast, progressive, you know, in the best way. And like even the way he sings almost sounds a little like Paul Barlow, and that kind of range and his melodies I could hear
Oh,
are very Iced Earth-ish, if that makes any sense.
right.
Yeah, I don't know. Were there two vocalists there? Is that just
I think there were several
Laird
because
that Tony asked to? Yeah, is that?
yeah, there's got to be multiple vocals because the range is you can hear multiple vocal
Mhm.
tracks. It could be doubling, but I'm sure there are other vocalists. But he's got an amazing range because he's got that rich
Mhm.
baritone, but then he
Yeah.
can hit those falsettos too, unless that's someone else. But I think it's him.
Yeah, it's
You know, like
right.
Yeah.
wow. I can't wait till we have them on the show. We can find out. You know,
Yeah. for sure.
When I hear
Absolutely.
music like this, I know these guys. I don't know if they put out their own music. You know, this is their own on their own album. Like, my first question is, why are these guys not signed yet? You know,
Yeah.
these guys are amazing, and they should be out playing with any of the big hitters.
Absolutely.
There's nothing that sounds like indie or fake or underground about this. This is polished. And now underground is
Absolute
not a bad thing.
professional.
I'm being exposed to a whole world of underground metal that I was ignorant of, and I'm soaking it in. I love it. You know, like bands like Deceased, and when we went to see them, and Ringworm, you know, which I'm looking forward to having those guys come on the show. You know, and our pal Vindicator, you know, Vic, those guys. There's a whole underground metal scene that I'm glad to be getting more involved with. But so many of those bands could be up in the stratosphere. You know, I'm not sure what there is that separates the layers. Maybe there's not enough room. I don't know, but this is
Yeah, and how many times have we said, and this band is a perfect example of, like, why haven't we heard of these guys sooner? Like, is that just our fault? Are we not searching
Well, this
enough?
is a
Like,
brand new band because, you know, Joe, you know, played with Among These Ashes.
oh, right, this is their
Right. This is their first album. This is their
Debut, yep.
first album debut.
Damn.
And how amazing is this record so far?
Yeah.
You know,
It checks all the boxes, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm loving the progressiveness of it. I guess I should have expected it after the single that they sent us, but
and glad it wasn't a fluke,
that
right?
song was, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, this is phenomenal. And the packaging of the album is really nice too. I mean, you open it up, it's gorgeous. It's got, I mean, this is a gorgeous presentation. It's got even notes inside too. So no, it's a beautiful package.
Yeah,
So
it's all top notch stuff.
I mean, totally, you guys got out there, support these guys. Wonderful. Let's move on to Malevolence. Get this heavy technical death metal with these very nice soft melodic vocal lines. Yeah, really great. Not just screaming, you know, you would expect that. But I like the clean vocals. I really do. But the melodic nature of it.
Brings back that melodic death metal vibe that you feel with
Yeah,
guitar work.
this is a very much shorter song. I would never have guessed this was a debut album. I like the harmonies. You know, I like the layers of vocals. It's something we don't usually hear. That kind of groove going.
So much going on in each song.
I'm hearing it out. I got the decibel, which is nice. Thick.
Little bit, just so catchy.
Very good with Chimera. It has a unique design.
He's never got a Kai Hansen sound to his voice.
Oh
Wow.
man,
And
dude,
malevolence.
it's like these guys have taken like little pinches of everything we love and thrown
Right?
into a cauldron, and and made some kind of new brew out of it. Like,
Yeah, because it's
it's hard to even like describe.
Yeah, 'cause I'm the same way, Dread. I'm trying to sit there, listen to these first three tracks. I'm going, who do they sound? Well, they have these elements, but they really sound their own unique kind of.
Yeah, every
flavor.
5 seconds, like, oh, this sounds kind of like this, and then kind of like
Yeah.
this, and this, and this. It's all. It sounds like everything, everything we love, man, and
Right.
Right?
yeah.
But without being a
these
ripoff
bands
in any
that I
way, shape,
love-
or form.
No,
It's just like,
absolutely not. It's a new thing. Like they've taken all those elements and then added their own style to it, and melded it all together into something different, new. Like,
It's
yeah,
refreshing,
it's hard to
for sure.
really
Yeah.
like describe it in simple ways because it's such complex music,
yeah. But I'm hearing,
Man, this is so good.
I'm hearing so many things, and it's
Yeah.
got to be because they must be inspired by the same kind of music that we've all grown up and loved.
They
too.
must be.
They must, because you can't, because you're hearing it too much.
Yeah.
Nods to these things, and the complexity of the songs, even though these have all been fast, then you have those moments of like the slowdown or the halftime, like
Mhm.
how this song finishes. It finishes with that halftime, like, oh, okay, and like they're very conscious about that. I mean, it's not like an accidental thing. Like, no, these songs are crafted deliberately to, and beautifully so. So,
Well, just when you make a good point, Montag, just when you start to get into that group where you're like this, and it's like, oh, we're going to a different time signature, different change here. It's like, oh, okay, and then it's just so much.
And
going
I
on.
think what it is, they take those little familiar things and they give everything a little twist. Even the guitar solos have these interesting little twists. That guitar solo was interesting at the beginning.
yeah, had all that kind of
Kinda
off and on
digital
sound.
sounding.
that.
Yeah, like
And at first I thought, oh, is something wrong? I'm like, I'm like, oh no, something's happening to the player. Like, no, it's just that was, and I
yeah,
think
and
it
I think
fits into the technocracy. I mean, that's the whole
Yes.
theme of this.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, it's
Very interesting.
yeah. Finish, Dread. You were saying, sorry to interrupt you.
I don't remember what it was, but that's okay. I'm sure it'll come back up.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It was
it's hard to really there's so much going on. Yeah, it's hard to really boil it down into some coherent thoughts here. A little overwhelmed right now.
Yeah,
We're only
we're-
four songs in.
we're not on our game necessarily today, but no, I think it was just being assaulted by this in the best way possible.
Mhm.
And we're just like trying to process it all. This is an album that's going to take multiple listens to, and even then, it's just working its way up to. For as far as a debut album goes, these guys are blowing me away. I mean,
Yeah.
they're just completely blowing me away in every aspect.
I almost wish I would have listened to this a few times before we did this show so I could have a little more coherent thoughts on what I'm hearing and what's going on here. It's hard to like hear this for the first time and try to encapsulate it all into something.
Yeah, all we can do
something
is
that
say,
makes
"Wow,
sense.
we're blown away. We like it,"
Yeah.
and try to
Amazing.
articulate something. Right. All right, let's move on to track 4. Delirium.
That's what I feel right now. Nice.
Oh, I love the cymbal work.
Nice. Yeah.
I love that rhythm, that beat, man.
Yeah.
Does this not remind you of Old Testament?
Absolutely.
Even like Chuck Billy's old singing.
Yeah. It's like practice what you preach, or like
Oh,
something.
good call. Yeah.
Souls of Black.
Oh man, good mosh pit song here. This will be great live.
Yeah. So you're gonna get punched.
Oh shit!
Jeez, that's so fast.
What the hell? Hey.
Just slow down. You're gonna hurt yourself. Fully a beat your heart out, right?
It's a nice concept if you're singing vocals with somebody death metal and it doesn't even overdoes each other.
It's like a little staggering like that. Yeah, a little stagger. It was like
It's a great touch, you know.
Yes, yes.
Some dual leads. Hell yeah.
You got two big guitars. Beautiful. Because halftime has to be slow.
Nice.
Oh my god.
More
That's
just
cymbal
sonic
work.
richness, man.
That's
It's so
cymbal work,
rich.
that drummer.
These songs
stuff.
are over so fast. You know, like we're almost halfway through this album already. Wow,
Man.
that song was so impressive. I love the time change, the kind of a, it went into like a 6/8 kind of time.
Yeah.
But played with it. And then the drummer with all the time changes with his bass patterns. It's
And
like,
all those that cymbal work too, and it was fantastic.
yeah, wow. The dual leads, fuck, I'm running out of things to say. Everything good. It's, you ever seen Everything Everywhere All at Once? Have you seen that yet?
No, I haven't.
That's an
Oh, no.
amazing movie. That's what this album's starting to feel like to me. It's like, it's everything everywhere all at once. What a sonic experience this has been so
Yeah,
far.
it's like this little like trip through the 80s, brought to modern. Like it's just
Yes, but with modern recording sensibilities, and also there's a modern edge to it that, I mean, it's not an
Yes,
80s
absolutely.
it's not an 80s sound at all, but
No,
there are
it's not.
elements of that metal there, but it sounds like something coming out of 2023. And, it's
Yeah,
very
there's definitely
polished.
a lot of the new wave of or the of modern.
Mhm.
What do they call it? The new wave of modern
No matter,
heavy metal?
metal. Yeah.
Traditional
Yeah.
metal. That's
Traditional,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
hear
not that
elements of,
because this is modern sounding.
I hear elements
Yes.
of Nevermore in there as well. Similar stuff.
That's
Sounds
like a little
wow.
everything.
Yeah.
There's elements of everything.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
right. You're
Yeah,
right.
you're right there,
Montag.
Chop. Yeah, and yeah, Dread. I mean, it's just. I'm
What do you
sorry,
say?
guys. We can't be more demonstrative with what we have to say. We're trying to absorb all this.
You're kind of
First
leaving
time.
us dumbfounded here a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, most
We
of the
all
time
have
is we're
COVID
just dumb,
confusion. Yeah.
but now, yeah, this is blowing us away, guys.
Gone from dumb to
Yeah.
dumber.
That's right.
Great.
Dumber and dumber.
Dumbstruck.
That's right. That's our next album, Dumbstruck. Fantastic so far. Well, we know the next track. It's, we know it's a ripper. It's good. So let's get into it. Technocracy.
Faith No More.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite parts of the whole song. It's great.
They're really showing off.
So unexpected. Beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
I gotta talk to. I can't wait to hear about this creative process. Yeah. I want the whole band on. So everybody, all of you guys, come on. You gotta go see these guys. You gotta see them. Breakdown, baseline.
Wow. Very nice big guitar.
That vocal line. Keep the interesting. unexpected. It's like an unexpected joy. I think the song is good. But that's it, you know? It's like an OPEC thing. Beautiful moment. It's like melody. Ginger does the same thing too. Like a perennial. You know?
Wow.
You gotta wonder, do they know fucking this is cool when they're like when the songs are evolving, you know? That's something. Oh, nice.
Very sweet and melodic.
Hearing like dead. I'm like, you know,
Just when you think maybe the song's going to end, they throw up another different flip to another one.
most songs, you know, like toward the end of the song, like, okay, we've got enough, we're just gonna ease out. No, these guys like fill every second.
Yeah.
Like, we got 45 seconds, let's cram a bunch of shit in. You know?
Yeah, they finish strong on every song.
Yeah, they're showing off that. We can put another solo in there.
Wow, that was epic. Holy crap.
Well, this was now you got to hear it again, Technocracy again.
Yeah.
Mm.
I had was still blown away. I mean, those parts where the tempo slows down still just get me.
I'm a sucker for some progressive music with really beautiful melodies, you know. And yeah, this song has that in spades. Wow.
Well, that
Great
was
song.
interesting that bass line with the almost the clean guitar underneath. I didn't expect
Mhm.
that. That came out of nowhere too, as well. And I'm like, oh, well, that's very refreshing and cool to
Mm-hmm.
and those sweeping dual lead harmonies going on. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, there's nothing like expected about their music. You know, they surprise you every like few seconds. You get a little surprise. You know, there's nothing like we've kind of heard this before. I mean, we've been
Yeah.
listening to metal for, you know, the last 40 plus years of our lives. Like,
Right.
you know,
So
and
refreshing.
these guys are surprising constantly in every song. You
It's
know,
like finding Easter eggs all over your house. You know,
right?
like, look,
That's
here's a little nugget of joy right here.
that can't be easy. You know, that's got to be difficult to
yes,
make.
to construct that song, because at the end, I mean, this song was, you know, Pain or Technocracy was 6:47, and at a minute to go, they are not resting on the previous 5.5 minutes.
Where you
They're-
expect a slow fade out. You
Yeah,
know?
no, they're like,
And-
look, we got a minute, and we're going to cram 2 more solos on there and about 8 time changes.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, okay, as a musician, trying to remember all those pieces parts to all these complicated songs has to be a very challenging thing as well. Just has to be. I mean, like, how many parts can you remember? Like when we would mention, we saw Dream Theater when they would like kind of, when they were creating songs, they would kind of mark them down like, oh, this is the Metallica part, this is this and that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Mike
this
Portnoy
big
would like
over.
write down like 3 measures of this and 2.5 measures of this, and just so you until you internalize it. But
Right. They had to chart their songs on a whiteboard,
yeah, so you could like keep track of all these things. These guys have to be doing something similar, because there was 20 some seconds to go in the song, and there was like a whole new batch of solos. Like come on, guys. We're like, no, we got
Let
20
yourselves
seconds.
rest.
We got 20 seconds. I think we can fill it.
Yeah. Let's do
fantastic.
something interesting here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we don't have enough interesting things already, but we got 20 seconds. Why make it boring? And it hasn't been. It's not. All right. Hey, track 6. This is called Pain.
what they must feel like after one of these songs.
My COVID brain is hurting from all the information.
They feel decrepit.
Starting to like forget where I'm at.
Off we go.
This would be like on the album. If there was an album, it would be side 2.
They never forget the groove,
Right.
As progressive as they get sometimes. Always come back to a cool groove, That's some Old Testament stuff.
Yeah. Now we're back to the groove.
Dude.
Why play 8 meshes the same thing? I can do more bass parts here. Hold on. Like this makes me angry that we were stuck when I was young and capable. I never would play this stuff.
Two words to describe this band: controlled chaos. I love it. Very tasteful solo.
Got 32 seconds to go in the song. How much more can you say?
Yeah, that's insane, man.
Yeah. I'll get a chance to breathe.
They gave themselves a 10-second rest at the end of that
Yeah.
one.
We deserve 10 seconds. Wow.
The drumming's phenomenal.
Gentlemen. Whew.
Like sometimes he keeps like a steady beat, like on the snare, while he does these really intricate bass patterns, and then he'll switch and do like steady bass beat with these intricate fills or these really great cymbal little cymbal fills and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, what standout work from the entire band? Like I was saying, even previously, tasteful solos. It doesn't detract from the rest of the instrumentation and stuff, and it just adds even more flavor to the song. So I really enjoyed
that was a great tune. Real driving, kind of stank face beat right there.
Yeah,
love that.
Had that halftime. It was like another great. I can't even keep track of how many time changes.
No, my God.
Yeah. And they're not all the same time change. Like you said, they're like those intricate bass patterns that the drummer's doing. It changes. Those fills change. And then it's also sometimes mirrored with the guitar riffing. Just been blown away by this band.
Yeah. Dan Faze, by the way, on drums. Dan Faze, great work. And I can only find Tony Asta as the only vocal credit on the sleeve notes here. I can't find any other vocal credits, so unless I just am not seeing it.
Oh, it could be layering.
Yeah,
it's hard to say. Right. I don't know.
What range though? What variety?
Yeah. Well, we got 3 guitarists, which is awesome.
Oh wow.
So yeah, and that might be part of what makes it them capable of doing this kind of stuff.
Right.
And the more complex harmonies and melodies that they can do because you have 3 guitarists. So that's awesome.
Amazing stuff.
Okay, I think it's time we go to track 7. This is called World Fell Apart.
Crank it up.
Made him not down there.
Yeah, it was like, almost like golden for the wasted years.
Yeah.
There's the Easter egg. This is such a testament vibe. Like the New Order.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Souls of Black era. Yep, Testament.
Yeah.
That guitar sound right there. Yeah.
And it's these harmonies that remind you of that new tradition of heavy metal. Yeah. beautiful tap on solo. I think the more we listen to this, the more we're going to be able to distinguish solos. We got a Murray Smith
Right,
going on here
exactly. Thinking the same thing.
with the gears still in there as well. I can already hear the differences. There's the one who does more of the melodic sweeping string. Awesome. Oh, you tell me that's not Maiden.
Man,
Halloween
that
name.
end.
Yes. Mhm. We see you.
I love the melody of that
Yes.
chorus a lot. That was a really
Yeah.
good song.
Yeah.
Really good.
It was just it's a big bouncer, man.
Epic.
It reminded me a little bit of like some maybe cryptic writings era Megadeth in a certain way. Like, yeah, I don't know. Just try to
it was a little
equate
more
this to
open.
things we're familiar.
Because it
Yeah.
wasn't so bombastic. It
Mhm.
felt a little more open and spacious in that kind of a
That's
looser,
a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
a looser kind of melody, and
Mhm.
the drumming wasn't there wasn't all the bombastic double bass stuff. It
Yeah.
wasn't as driving, so it had a time to breathe a little bit, which I liked. It's like,
Yeah. A little more
by the-
melodic, a little more
Yeah.
open, a little more just
Yeah.
a little bit of a breather in a way.
and at this time of this place in the album, it's like, yeah, it's a good spacing too.
My ears
Wow.
quit bleeding for a second.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
the melting pot of influences that they have on each track. You're just like, you can't, you try to describe, but again, here we go. You just can't really pinpoint their own. They sound like this, they sound like that. Some bands just say, oh, that sounds like Judas Priest. That sounds like, but not these guys. They're all so
Yeah.
many different
Yeah,
influences.
and it's just they remind us of it. As we've said before with other live reactions, we as you said too, Dread and Chop, we've listened to metal most of our lives, so we hear something that reminds us of something. We're not saying that the band is trying to imitate them in any way. It reminds us of something that we can identify with. Like, yeah, we might know that sound, but they're doing their own thing. It's reminiscent of it, but by God, these guys have their own unique defining parameters and sound.
Yeah.
And it's wow, what
Yeah,
dynamic and
100%.
fresh.
I mean, if they felt like a ripoff, we'd say so, but
Yeah,
it's not,
just because you show your influences doesn't mean that you're somehow ripping them off.
Right.
It's like, no.
Right.
I mean,
you guys know I love Dream Theater. They're very open about all their influences. When they go
Mhm.
into the studio, they have like a stack of CDs of influences that they're taking into the studio with them for that album. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has influences,
right?
You can't not. So there's
it's just like such a great listen because it's a nostalgic listen as well. Because it
really
checks all the boxes.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah, it's nostalgic, like brand new nostalgia.
Mhm.
It sounds very contemporary. Yeah, just phenomenal.
but very modern. Like it's not trying to sound old.
Yeah.
Some of the bands that are trying to are intentionally trying to have that classic sound, that classic
Right.
80s sound. These guys aren't. Like this is modern, but they're still somehow grabbing little snippets from all the 80s stuff that we love. So
yeah, they must have been influenced by it in the same way. It's
Mhm.
the only thing I can explain. To pull from that kind of zeitgeist in a way, like, look, these are our influences, but they've made it something uniquely their own. And man, every song has been good in this album. There hasn't been a dull, boring part. There hasn't been a part where it's maybe going, is this album over yet? Like, no, No,
Yeah,
I mean
there's
we've
no
had
turd in the punch bowl on this
Yeah,
one. This is
right.
There is
yeah,
no
there's
turd.
no. So far, there's not. It's all
Not a
punch,
stinker.
baby. Yeah,
It's all punch.
it's all punch. All right, well, let's punch our way into the next track, track 8, which is called Predecessor.
Wow. Okay.
Drummer's gotta have like 8 legs.
Let's just hammer this in.
Yeah.
Crazy 30-second note.
That definitely feels like an old school Testament riff right there. Nice. Oh shit. When they do that.
And that little that second half, that riff.
Oh, they do this.
Right, a little bit of the Nile.
Yeah.
They're Egyptian.
It's like they knew I was going to say it sounded like something and they changed it completely.
Yeah. No one can pin us down for more than 5 seconds. That's good. We got over a minute to go. I want solo. Version of 17/8. Hear that?
Nice. Wow. Holy. Got Ripper all of a sudden. Oh, wait a minute. We've got a few seconds.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Holy
wait,
crap.
5 seconds left.
Wow.
Okay.
Right out of the gate, man.
Dude,
Vocals and the drums just right out of the gate. Just like, holy shit. Fantastic.
Another song. Every song convinces me so much more that the single wasn't a fluke. There is a singular sound to this album, that is defining, and it is amazing. Their sound is just amazing. It's hard to
It
keep
really
on
is.
lauding praises and saying similar things, but like every song has been something exciting and new, unexpected, but consistently good.
Absolutely. Completely original,
Yeah, I mean, there's not been like we say there hasn't been a bad song. There hasn't been a bad like 20-second stretch in this entire album. Honestly,
Yes.
that's no exaggeration. Like
No.
this has been exciting and interesting. Every minute of this entire album so far.
Yeah, there hasn't been anything that like
It's
oh,
mind blowing.
shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, like
Or-
that that atmospheric section was kind of boring. I mean, we've seen those before, but wow,
No
this is
boredom
just
here.
like action packed, all condensed down. This would be, you're right, man. This would be phenomenal live. I would love to see them pull this off live because
yeah.
that would be a feat.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder, if some of the backing vocals, maybe it'll be on a click track or something, because if there's just the one singer, he can't hit, all three vocals at the same
Yeah,
time.
maybe one of the
obviously.
guitarists can, do some backing vocals to help with.
Yeah,
some
we'll
of,
we'll
if they've
find
layered
out
some vocals in there.
when we go see them, when Finality
Whew.
comes to the Cleveland area,
Mhm.
or we have to go to you. Maybe we'll just have to go to Michigan, go up to Detroit, and come find you. We just have to do
come
that.
to Cleveland at some point.
Road trip. I think road trip to Detroit. I think we just be done with it. We can stop by and get a bunch of cannabis, while we're at it. Not that I need any more. Hashtag dispensary. But yeah, wow. Amazing, guys. Just we got 2 more tracks to go. This is track 9. This is Revelation.
Oh, boring.
You spoke too soon.
Yeah, here it is.
Come on, let's get it going. There we go.
Sounds like Metal Church. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
we'll watch the children pray.
Watch the children pray.
Yes.
Great. Yeah. Great.
Oh, that's tasty right there.
You hear that metal?
Oh man. Finality, you're killing us. You're killing us, Smalls.
Oh.
Drummer's like, I can play more here. Stank face song.
Yeah.
Or in Chop's face. Chop's face, skank face.
It's always stinky.
I don't think you could ever expect an album to be this good.
No.
In all honesty,
It wouldn't be fair.
no.
You're like to expect it.
Exactly.
This is phenomenal.
than all the other ones.
Yeah.
But it's the same, but it
Sitting here
sounds different.
thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Like this is uniquely its own.
Right.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Come on, guys.
it's no fair
Enough
anymore.
already.
It's no fair.
Oh man. It's too much. It's too good.
It's too good.
It's
Could
too
you just water this down over like 3 albums that are like good?
Borders on the absurd.
You're just setting yourself up for failure, dude. Can't come out of the gate this strong.
You're making everyone else feel bad. Holy shit!
Syncopated drum beat song. That 6/8.
Shit, man. Guess what I'm listening to at work all week this week?
Tell you that, man. I'm jamming to this all week.
Yeah. This is I don't know. Yeah,
It
this is
almost-
just borders on the absurd at this point.
Yeah,
It's
it's
too-
almost. I was just say, Dread almost makes me punch happy. Punch singing, you know?
Yeah, you know,
I'm barraged by all those solos. I'm just starting to giggle because I'm like, oh my god.
come on. Like ease up. You're just waiting for something to like be like, okay, you know, this is normal. Just something normal. How can
You
you
know,
keep up this level of
I defy anyone going to a Finality show to do air drums.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You know,
Yeah, right.
You're just
you
gonna
go see
punch your
Motley.
neighbor.
You go see Motley Crue. You know, no. Go ahead. Keep up. Keep up. Not gonna happen.
Dare you? Yeah.
That song was so different from the other tracks.
Yes.
Yet
Good one,
yet
yeah.
uniquely still, you know, still Finality. Still had that Technocracy sound, but it was just like a different approach to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, that atmospheric intro with the
Oh,
guitar
man.
when the guitar comes in. Oh my god. That
And
was-
you had a good call, Montag. I heard you say you hear Metal Church, watching children pray. Did have that vibe, that kind of feel.
Yeah. Those
yeah.
even like the cymbal play, you know, the
Mhm.
on the bells and stuff of the cymbal of the ride.
I can't say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, good. Yeah.
I just I can't like think of a band that it reminds us of so many bands, but is still so unique at the same
Right,
time. Like
yeah.
they've somehow managed to do both at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like be really uniquely themselves.
Not a lot of bands.
We're
can do that.
constantly being reminded of old music that we love. So
Yeah.
I don't know how
But-
you do that.
Yeah, because it seems so organic, and it seems
Yeah.
like it's so well thought out,
It's not
and
forced.
it doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like an homage. It's just here are the bands, or here's the sound that we want to produce, and it has just become this organic thing that is just seeped into the deepest places of us, you know. And it would be easy to do a Motley Crue ripoff band, you know. Let's play some simple power chords and easy drum beats and make a big party song about getting laid. No, this is like the antithesis
Substance.
of all that is Motley Crue, in the best way possible. And
And it's like the bits we love about the bands we love that are in here, you know.
yes, yeah. And while
it just
still
makes you
loving
smile
all
when
that
you hear
they're-
it.
Yes, and while still loving everything that they are doing that is uniquely them.
Yeah, every time I
Nothing.
hear a little like Testament snippet, like, you know, something that we're like, yes,
Mhm.
you know.
That stank face going, yeah.
Oh
Mhm.
man,
I've had million moments here.
this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not fair, guys. Not fair to everyone
it's
else
too
out
much.
there.
You
Fair.
should have just
No
put out an
fair.
EP. We can't handle this. Is too many. Too
We
many.
can't
good
handle the technocracy.
tracks.
Um,
It's just too
wow.
much.
Well, we got one more song. It's
Oh,
Oblivion, and
Right.
we're gonna get right into it. Wow, just a great album.
I know we're all thinking Maiden right there. Oh, yeah.
That's a stank beat, man.
Oh, that is stinky.
It's like right now these version of Viking metal.
Yeah.
I was like, I played the same beat.
I'm getting bored.
Very operatic. Great. Awesome. I love the kind of soaring vocals in this song. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Dave Dickinson solo album.
More solo. Really love the chorus in that song too.
The chord progression reminds me a little bit of Blood Brothers.
Beautiful.
very Maiden atmosphere, like modern Maiden.
Oh, wow.
What a way to end an album. Phenomenal.
So
album.
epic and emotional, man. That
Yes.
track. What a great way
Told me
to
in so many
yes,
directions,
close it
right?
out.
That's
Ugh.
exactly what I was going to say. This song is really emotional.
Yeah.
It was epic. It was grand. It was a.
Oh,
I thought of
man.
all the songs on the album had those moments, but this one just kind of felt like what a way to end the album. It felt like a resolution of a movie that you've invested in.
Mhm.
You know, your
It
heart's just
did.
pulled into it, and I just thought, oh God, this is
Wow.
what
You
amazing.
pulled at your
Great
heartstrings
finale.
and you're banging your head 1 minute and just, yeah. Excellent.
Yeah,
I don't know if I don't think it's much of a stretch to call this album a masterpiece, man. I, I mean, I can't think of a single
No, I have no
negative thing to say about it at all
Mm-mm.
in any way.
yeah. There's
Agreed.
just I don't think you can. You know,
No.
there's just nothing wrong, nothing bad to say at all. You know, nothing at all.
Oh,
Just phenomenal. Just
Incredible,
phenomenal.
man.
Holy cats. So
So there's that.
yeah.
there is that.
Wow.
What do we say?
Excellent job, guys. Excellent finale. You put a lot of care and craft into your craft, and it shows. It's a monster debut album. Phenomenal.
Yeah, just wonderful, guys.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell they poured a lot. I mean, I can't imagine how long this album took to create and
Right.
record. There is a lot here.
Love it.
Yeah, I can't wait
Blown
till
away.
we talk to them about it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Guys, it's just
Love
as
to
simple
talk
as
to 'em.
that. You're gonna have to come on the show and tell us all about this, because this album is just amazing. It blew us all away
Yeah.
in
Wasn't
every
expecting
way.
any of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Technocracy, when we did the single, it was like, this is a great song, you know, and I was excited about listening to what this, you know, to the whole album,
Mhm.
not thinking, I don't think you, like I said, we've said this before, I'm repeating myself, you cannot think that an album is going to be this good.
Yeah.
You know,
And how many debut albums do you get that is refreshing and metal that comes across and you're just like, oh my gosh, finally something refreshing and different. And
Mhm.
even though it checks all
Yeah.
the boxes on influences and things that we enjoy.
I mean, we have been so fortunate in the music that we have been reviewing, that everything we have been reviewing has been exciting and something interesting,
Yeah.
whether it's Insomnium or Night Demon or Sermon,
Yeah.
you know,
the new Jag Panzer.
the new Jag Panzer, you know, it's just like every and we've all been like, God, I hope this isn't a turd in the punch bowl album. And there
I'm
hasn't
afraid
been
of
one.
that.
I know. I'm like, oh my God, we know these people. Like, you know, we're friends with them and stuff. It's like, I don't want to have to say this song wasn't that good. And we've not had one experience yet. And I'm like, no, this is a fucking amazing album. Guys, you just knocked it out of the park here. I cannot say enough about this band,
Mhm.
this CD. You go out and buy it, support these guys. Um,
I don't know how you don't love this album if you're a
if
metal
you're a
fan.
metal person, yeah, you can't not love it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be an album that in 20 years we're still going to be going, my God, how good this record is. You know,
Exactly. And I think the nice thing about it can appeal to if you're a fan of traditional metal, if you're a fan of progressive metal, if you're a power metal, it touches all the boxes. So if you're a metal fan in general, support this band, get this album. This is fantastic.
Yeah. And like you said, how do you follow this up? They did too good. Like you can't open with this album.
Yeah, you don't want to have a sophomore
how
slump.
can you
I don't think these guys could, man. Honestly, they're too good
how do you
musicians.
top this?
yeah, where do you go from
Right.
here? You know, what do you do?
Set the bar very high for themselves.
I guess we'll wait and find out.
Yeah.
You know, because these guys have shown their level of musicianship and song craft is incredible. So I have every confidence that no matter what they do, it's going to be good.
Yeah. Their
Um,
ability to never tread new ground, like this whole album, there was nothing repetitive. It was all fresh and just kept.
I think it was on the second to last track. I was able to anticipate a repetition of a really cool little like riff that came in.
One time.
I'm like, it's like one time I'm like, it repeated, it came out once. I'm like, oh, it's a good riff. And then they kind of went through it again. I'm like, oh, I bet the riff's gonna come back. And it came back. I'm like, one time.
What?
But that was, and then after that, I'm like, because it
Mhm.
fit, because it repetition fit there.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, everything has been like, wow, I got an Easter egg basket full of Easter eggs from this album. Like I've just stuffed myself full of goodies.
Yeah, this is going on my iPad, and I am listening to this album all week long at work, man. This is going to get me through the entire work week, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it more.
It's an album that deserves your attention, you know. It's not one to just put on in the background. Excuse me. You talk. I gotta mute myself.
Yeah, this is an album that you have you got to let yourself get immersed in this multiple times over. This is give it at least 3 to 5 listens to I think it's going to take at least that.
Digest a little bit.
Yes.
What I really enjoy too is like just those moments that almost every song had it. You think that the song's going to stop, you're tailing to the end, and boom, they go this huge, the drummer comes back in with its double bass shit and the speed up riffs, and you're like, oh, okay, that's they had a lot of those moments in this album.
I can't think of a single album that was that's been this surprising, this many like little surprises throughout the entire album.
Right. I think Sermon was really exciting because it was so new and different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this album, I think, it is parallels that unexpected.
Yeah.
This is not a casual album that you put on in the background while you're doing other things. I mean, maybe once you've listened to it 50 times, but this album deserves your attention. You know, you want to be actively listening to this record. It is so good and complex. It's why certain bands I don't put on in the background because they're too much going on. Like Dream Theater is one of those bands that I rarely put on in the background because there's just so much complexity.
It draws you in with the complexity, like you're
it becomes a distraction like, because then
right,
you know,
you're right.
Like bands like Rush, I can put on because I love Rush. I can put them on the background and I know the songs, and it becomes like I can have it on and while I'm doing other things. But this album, it's like no, I can't just put it on the background. It's going to pull me in. It's going to distract me from what I need to do because it demands your attention. It is that good. So,
and I would love anybody that's watched this episode on YouTube or whatever. I'd love to hear some comments, what other people think about this album as well.
Please give your comments.
If you have any critiques, I'd like to see if anybody heard anything that was critiquable, in a negative way. So I sure didn't hear it.
That it was phenomenal. So just want to thank you, Joe, Katie. Thank you again for sharing all this wonderful stuff with us, for sharing Finality with us, for your support of heavy metal horror. And we appreciate you. We appreciate this music. And we want to come see you. We are going to come see you. Whether we come up to Detroit or you come to Cleveland, we're going to come see you one day. Fantastic record. And it deserves all the kudos that you get. You should be selling by the tens of thousands. Just amazing music. I don't know how much more we can say about it.
Not much else.
I'm out of words. I'm out of words
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, COVID has left me empty
Check
and
them out.
coughed out.
Check them
All
out.
right. Check them out is right.
Yeah.
Hey, you can find Heavy Metal Horror on unsaneradio.com, listen to full episodes, or download to your device. You can find us on Facebook, Heavy Metal Horror Podcast. On Instagram, look for Montag Lewis. That's me. One word. Our YouTube page, Heavy Metal Horror Podcast. If you're watching, that's where you're at. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you know someone who'd like our show, tell them about us. This has been Montag, Master of Illusion.
Chop chop.
Dreadbull.
And you are watching and listening to Heavy Metal Horror.
This is Doug Helvering, and you have been listening to Heavy Metal Horror, the best podcast that you've never heard before.